Good morning, dear students. As we have finished successfully 8 lessons so far, and now going to see the very interesting and practical oriented subject. Topic, that is human resource management. Human resource management. Human life is more important. Even nowadays, the whole world is fighting with this dangerous corona. Very recently, Tamil Nadu government cancelled 12th standard exam also. So all the people, irrespective of political issue, and we common people, and the majority of them asking to conduct examinations. And after having thorough investigation, Tamil Nadu government came to take that decision cancelling of that examinations and saying that students' life is more important than exam and mark. Right? Students' life is more important. That young generations, that human resources is very important than that of exam. Next year also we can study. Next time also we can write exam. Like that. Considering all those things, finally they decided and declared that exams cancelled. Am I right? This we all know very well. Like that in our commerce. As a commerce student, that's what our subject is, life-based subject. Often I used to say, how so practically we can match this subject contents with the current affairs going in front of us. About that resource only, about that talent only, about that valuable life only, about that human management only now we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, good. Now come to our syllabus. What is given there in this? So take any organizations, whether production organization or engineering organization or industrial sectors or educational sectors, any sectors, any organizations, the success and development of the organization depends upon the quality of the skilled labor forces, the skilled workforces. So all those other resources, even what we studied in economics, factor of productions. Can you remember the various factors of production what we studied in economics more? Yes. Land, labor, capital, and organizations. So among all these things, the human resource is very important, because any kind of organizations, the main source, the main force for the success of any kind of organizations, that is human resources only. That too in the past recent years, the studies about this human resource became very important. Throughout the world now, they all recognized there must be a separate department called HR. human resources சொல்லுவோம். In every department, every organization, there will be one separate department called HR, human resources அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். About that only now in detail we are going to learn in this lessons. Okay. Now, see, as you know very well, what we studied in plus one commerce, LPG, I mean liberalization, privatization and globalization. Because of all those development now, the world become in our hand, become very, very short. Immediately, fraction of second, throughout the world, we can take we can have a talk, we can contact. That much telecommunication now developed. These are all because of the technical knowledges possessed by the human being. Take for example, even though in that corona situation, throughout the world now, they are doing the regular work allama, except schools, all other organizations sitting at home doing the regular work. So even though that corona not allowed us to come out, but sitting at home, all the works can be carried on. All this is the credit goes to the resourceful persons. Okay, ma? So that organization should take enough care while appointing, while selecting the qualified personalities, the talented personalities, the skilled personalities. Then only the organization can withstand in this competitive world. Okay, ma? About that only now we are going to learn. So, particularly human resource, directly it refers that employees, that laborers, that staff members, those who are working in an organizations. About that human talent only, that staff only, that employees only, their talent, what in subject we can call it as human resources. So do you understand, ma? Now, even though we are not able to run the school, open the school, run the school and have a direct contact, but through these technologies, online class, we are touching you, lama, we are reaching you, lama, we are coming nearer to you, lama. This is all because of that resourceful human. That resource only called as human resources. Okay, ma? So that definition given there, see, man of all resource available to him can grow and develop. Okay, ma? Can grow and develop. You students, being a school students now, that's why all the leaders, particularly Swami Vivekananda asked, give me thousands of young people, I will make India so strong. Sonarlama? Even our late president of people's scientist, people president, Dr. Abdul Kalam ji also asking young people, have a dream அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். They are all not focusing on elder people. Everyone they are focusing on younger generation like you guys. Because you only know growing, you only know going to come as a being a learner today and tomorrow going to be a big leader, big scientist, big technologist, and going to lead the country, lead the nation. Okay. Therefore, dear students, that human beings are considered as human resources. But keep in mind, not all the human being. What from the definition we can come to know, only those individuals having enough technical skill, enough talent, enough knowledge, having enough competency to compete with one another. And because of their talent, that organization can be developed, that nation also can be developed, the whole world also being developed. That resource only in commerce we are considered as human resources, but keep in mind not all the resources. Okay, ma. That's why often I used to say, don't be like one among 100. Go beyond the 100. Why not? No need to walk on the same way where the how the elderly people walked. Why can't you find new way? Why can't you find new route? Use your own talent. Use your originality, like that. Because of that only now every new inventions, every new discoveries. See, even that corona last year, what we have all spoke, ma, ayyo, no tablet, no injection so far. But now gradually in this year, ma, throughout the world we were able to get all the injections and the tablets and able to control this corona spread. These are all talent, this resource, what he called human resources. About that only now in detail now we are going to learn. Take it, students. So do you understand now? So the technologies, the talent, the skills of human being to be considered human resources, not being an ordinary other persons. Okay. Then now, where is characteristics of that human resource is the next subunit. Now we are going to see. See, ma, the human resource is only the factor of person that lives. Yes, only that human resources can bring together all other resources. No use of having crores level money without human being. Just think over, particularly in this corona situation, all over the world, whether they are having food, whether they are having house, whether they are having employment earnings or not, even those are having crores level, they are not able to come out. Why? Because of this dangerous corona. Okay, but that much very important, valuable resource among all resources is human resource. Because human resource alone existed, protected, developed, now all other resources automatically will be developed. So human resource is the center in and around whom everything can be growing up. Okay, ma. So in that any organizations, that staff, that employees may be paid for their work. It's the only labor of employees that is hired and not the employee himself. So ஒரு ஸ்டாஃபோ ஒரு லேபரோ ஒரு எம்ப்ளாயி அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் பண்ணுறோம்னா, believing his quality, believing his talent, believing his skill which can be used for the development of business, that alone can be paid off. Okay, not mere so called எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சவன், எங்கள் சொந்தக்காரரு, எங்கள் மாமா பையன், அண்ணன் பையன், பெரிய விஐபி அப்படின்ட்டு கொண்டாந்து ஃபீல்டில் நிறுத்த முடியாது. Whether that individual is having enough talent or not, and the talent is to be rewarded, then the talent is called as human resource, right? Because of that resource only can innovate something, discover something. It can alone can think, can act, can analyze, can develop, can find a solution. Okay, ma? Then world famous, all the millionaires, they cannot alive themselves without the technologies, without medicines, without that scientist help. That much. What's the use of having crores level money, ma? They can come to the street, ma, freely? Never. Impossible nowadays. So they need the resourceful scientist. They need the help of the talent of the skill of scientist. Okay, to alive. And as usual, human beings are emotional being a human being having that emotional thinking. Good. Then, and the behavior of human resource we cannot predict. Today he may be in one mind, tomorrow he may be in another mind. Being a human being having that mental imbalances also, we can say. So that resource can be going and moving from one place to another place, and the resource can work as a team. Now see, as a whole school we are working as a team for the sake of you students. Okay, now that about that human resource, the value of human resource, the importance of human resource, sickness human resource, let me teach now. See there, the same thing that what we study so far now, characteristics. It is the only human resource, all other resources being effectively used. Just think over all the factors we study lalama. எல்லா பணம் இருக்கு, லேண்ட் இருக்கு, நாலேஜ் எல்லாம் இருந்தாலுமே இதெல்லாம் டு பிரிங் திஸ் ஆல் டு பி யூஸ்ட் இன் த பிஸ்னஸ் எல்லாமா, that is possible only by talented organizer, talented that human resource. Okay, so for the continuous success of any business, that human resource is very very important. Then it can make a relationship with other people. It is possible only through human resource we can create relationship, we can form a relationship, we can contact with other persons. That resource alone can manage other factors of production, what I pointed out already. So that resource, that persons to be given enough training so that his all full talent can be utilized. So by framing so many act, his talent to be protected well. Okay, that's much very very important. So how to manage that human resource is now next subunit. How to manage that human resource is now we are going to see. So as we studied financial management, marketing management, advertising management, business management, everything like that, the managing of human resource, another one department is called human resource management. Managing of human resources, that one department which is called as human resource management. Okay, see about that managing of the resources now we are going to see. Okay, ma. So see that definitions all given. The effective process of planning and directing the application, development and utilization of human resource in employment. Okay, ma? How to manage that resources, how to utilize that resources, because as we studied, the maximum utilization of human resources very very essential. Okay, ma? That's why earlier I used to advise the students, and also I practice the students, even though 3 hours given 200 mark level ma, that if few of them able to finish within 2.5 hours out of 40 of you ma, at least or 3 4 5 students able to finish within 2.5 hours. I personally practiced them that level, that way. If you take 3 hours now, you are not fit for matriculation school stream. As a matriculation stream student, there must be some difference. How much your parents they are spending thousands of money on your life. So there must be some reward, some return for their hard earned money. For that purpose, I used to practice my students to save half an hour earlier. That is your talent. Not all. It is quite not impossible. I mean not possible. Okay, ma? Very difficult. But at least a few of them, we used to select a few of them and train them to finish within 2.5 hours. Once a target given to finish that work within 8 hours now, you should not take all the 8 hours. At least or 6-7 hours you finish, and 1 or 2 hours you must save. There only you are showing your talent. There only you are showing your resource. Think about it. That is what we call maximum utilization of resource. Then about that human resource management, the features, the characteristics now I am going to teach you now. See there, universally relevant, so that human resource ma throughout the world they are following. And second, goal oriented. Once the target fixed, you have to reach the target. I have to get out of 90 key 85 is the least mark na, 85 you must get. While coming out from examination hall, you must, my students used to say, sir, just I made only one mistake, so I will get 199 sir, definitely no chance to cut more than that அப்படின்னு ரிசல்ட் வந்து மே மந்த் பார்த்தோம் கரெக்டாக அந்த ஒன்லி ஒன் மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணியிருப்போம் 199 வரும். that much goal, determination and oriented. Systematic approach, that's what systematic 2 years we are teaching அப்படின்னு பெருமையாக சொல்லுவோம் கரஸ்பாண்ட் சார் கிட்ட. ஸோ தட் அந்த சிஸ்டமேட்டிக்காக கொண்டு வரணும். வித்தின் half yearly we finish everything, preparation, everything is over. So January onwards only presentation, that makes you to get centum 199 அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Then it's spread over not only in studies but also in throughout the world, all the areas, not only education institutions, production company and administration, politics, everywhere we can find this human resource. It's a continuous process. It is a continuous process, and also it's a not just only one day. Just think over superstar Rajinikanth பத்தி பேசணும்னா is still keeping his value superstar for the past 30-40 years. How it is possible? Yes, he is the only one Tamil actor keeping his value throughout this 40 years. Okay, that is a continuous process, and also it's a dynamic activity. So that resource as it's not constant. Okay ma, that human resource not the same. So far that's what in Tamil what we use is புலிக்கு பிறந்தது பூனை ஆகாது ஆகலாமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். தாய் 8 அடி தாண்டா குட்டி 16 அடி தாண்டணும்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ அப்பா அம்மா என்ன அச்சீவ் பண்ணாங்களோ தன் பிள்ளைங்க பசங்களும் தன்னை விட அதிகமாக அச்சீவ் பண்ண வந்து ஒவ்வொரு அப்பாவும் நினைப்பாங்க. லைக் தட் இட் இஸ் டைனமிக் இன் நேச்சர். இட் இஸ் இன்ட்ராக்டிவ் டூல். ஓகேம்மா. ஸோ இட் இஸ் டு பி என்கரேஜ்ட், இட் இஸ் டு பி ரெக்கக்னைஸ்ட், it is a team work, and it focused on development, then so that enough training and practice also given to maximize the resources. It's both science and art, as we studied already. So it's an intangible one. It's an intangible. Yes, we cannot show it like a building, car, bike, we cannot show it. As we study goodwill padichamallama, it's an intangible asset, like that is the intangible one. Okay, these ones. So with that I would like to finish this, and rest of things the next video I am going to teach you. Okay, see you, bye.